Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron, I hope you're having an excellent day in Jesus. The Bible for Personal Revival. There's a few of these with similar names, like, revival Bibles and all this, spiritual warfare Bibles, but not this. So this is just one of them. This is put out by Zondervan. We're going to look at here today. I thought it was very well done. I do like all the graphics, and it's not a big Bible either. So if that matters to people, I'm not totally sure it's still in print. I got this cheap off eBay. It's a NIV, so I don't know if it comes in King James, New King James, other NASB. Most of you know that watch the channel know I like the King James, but we do all the study Bibles. You can get notes out of all of them. Now, one thing I noticed too, like when you first open it up, and I don't really know who David Maines is. One of my best friends is Tim Maines, and my TA at IBC was Drew Maines this semester. But like it's almost off-centered down here at the bottom. And so this is based on the nationally acclaimed 50-day spiritual adventure, the Chapel Ministries. Real small print over here. So this was done in 1998. Zondervan, Introduction to the Bible for Personal Revival. Just let's look at what you get into right as you start here. And so obviously we all need personal revival. If my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, I'll hear from heaven, I'll forgive their sins, I will heal their land. God is looking for people of the name to do that. So you have action steps, 52 weekly road to revival devotions, 150 revival profiles, complete index, side column icons. Let's dive right into it. Committee on Bible Translation. So this is what you're going to get when you just open this up. And on this, I'm not sure if it comes in the full complement of leather soft's and on and so forth. But if you're interested in that, many of you are interested in revival. You say it in your comments. We hear about it a lot, that this may be something you want to pick up. Even if it's out of print, you can pick it up cheap somewhere. And I say that, and sometimes something will be cheap and then it's not cheap. And it's like, oh, wow. So it's got little symbols in the side. Let's see. Got place to write. It does look like at the top, like it's got good margins to write in. Like it's, looks like it's almost 0.7 inches on the top. And it's going to have a good margin to write in on the side too. Looks like it's half-inch margins. Not going to have much, maybe quarter-inch gutter and bottom. But, so you can kind of write some of your own notes, especially at the top. If you're like me. It does have some introductions. Not a lot. It's not going to be like your open study Bible. I really like the introductions in the open study Bible. I may have done that years ago. I probably need to do a new video on what Bible has the best introductions, and people have been doing phenomenal introductions recently. ESV Study Bible, your chronological life applications, just on and on. But man, the new open's still tough to beat. It's not red letter. Now let the tears flow. And then it's got a little thing here, if you're roughed up by the authorities in a foreign city and put in jail, would you pray? And then it goes into Robert Murray McShane, Fervent Prayer, Focused Evangelism, Revival Praying by Leonard Ravenhill. Yes, I recommend that book. My great friend Jim Sleva at IBC, Leonard Ravenhill, just one of his favorite authors, and with good reason. You want personal revival, read Leonard Ravenhill, Charles Finney, you'll get it. It also has some really good in-text headers as well. So room to write. So would I call this a study Bible? Probably not. I think it is accurately described the Bible for personal revival, practicing the presence of Jesus. You know, that great book, I think I've probably done a review on it, Practice of the Presence of God, Christian classic. I've read that book three times. It's one of my favorite books of all time. Just an amazing book. Practicing the presence of God, never having a bad thought, on and so forth. Jesus living through us. In this book, They Found the Secret. V. Raymond Edmond writes about the missionary poet Amy Carmichael. Oh my, If by Amy Carmichael. So this is bringing back a lot of blasts from the past. Titus, introduction, writer Paul, does give some things like that. So we get to the back. Let's see what's at the back. Table of weights and measures, which is helpful, extremely. Index of revival characteristics, holiness, love, worship, prayer, service, witness, warfare, well-being. Hey, what can I say about that? That's true. So if what this world needs more than anything right now is personal revival, Acts 2:38, one God, Jesus' name revival. And then it's going to have a concordance at the back as well. Did I measure the print size? I don't remember. This Bible, US $24.99 when it came out. Let's see if it lays flat in Genesis. Yeah, I mean, so it's probably my sewn. It's probably not glued binding. As far as print size, it looks 9-ish. Let's see. It looks 9-ish. It may be more 8.75-ish. I don't know. But it's readable. You know, it's nothing, not a lot of ghosting. You know, it's not fine Bible paper like India paper or anything like that. Let's see how big this thing is. I'm not going to zoom in on this. So it's 8.5 right at by 5.5 by about 1.5. This is not a big Bible. This is the Schuyler Canterbury. You can see it's quite a bit smaller than a Schuyler Canterbury large print. So, you know, our goal, if God keeps us on this path, is to review every study Bible and, among many other things, teach on every subject, teach our way through the Bible verse by verse, among many things. So maybe a Bible you want to consider. Just turn to another part about medical doctors can be sued for malpractice. Jeremiah's prophetic message was not duplicated by other prophets in the day. So it doesn't have references and things per se, but a lot of people might just like those short snippets. And if you can find this pretty inexpensive, maybe even you find it costs a lot of money, you just want it. Seek Him and Live, Amos 5:1-15. And then 1721, Increase Mather, former president of Harvard, bemoaned the spiritual state of the American colonies. Listen to this. Oh, this is good. I am now in my 83rd year, and having been for 65 years a preacher of the gospel, I cannot be but in the disposition of those ancient men who had seen the foundation of the first house and wept with a loud voice to see what a change the temple had upon it. The children of New England are, or once were, the children of godly men. What did our fathers come into this wilderness for? Not to gain estates as men do now, but for religion, that they might leave their children in a hopeful way of being truly religious. O degenerate New England, what art thou come to at this day? How art those sins become common in thee that were once no much as heard in this land? But then, 1734, the Great Awakening, Jonathan Edwards. He goes into that, which I think Jonathan Edwards preached sinners in the hands of an angry God at a oneness church because he was mad at him being oneness. But I need to flesh out that story from my good friends like Cliff Readout and those guys up in Connecticut. But I've heard that. And long story there. God bless. Love you. Bible for Personal Revival. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.